Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a small houseplant haul that I got from the nursery whenever I was doing the nursery garden tour. This is a snake plant that I got and I wanted a smaller one, so I was able to separate it, and I'm showing you that there's 3 crowns in there, and I'm going to separate those and then make 3 different plants. And this was extremely root bound. Really easy to propagate, or not propagate, but to separate. So I'm going to be leaving 2 of the bigger pieces together and not separating all 3 of them apart. And I'm just gently pulling while I'm trying not to damage it too much. And snake plants, they say they don't need a lot of light, but I feel like any plant, they will thrive in a low light or, not in direct sunlight. And that's what I'm going to be doing for these plants. And now I'm just trying to get rid of most of the dirt that came from the nursery, just because I don't like fungus gnats. I don't really know anybody who does like them. So this way, I like to clean off the roots as much as possible. This one was really easy because it was dry. Knock off all that dirt, make sure there's no fungus, no root rot or anything like that, and then I make my own mixture of dirt, and it's the peat moss, the vermiculite, and the perlite. The perlite is the little tiny white balls that you see in like a potting mixture. It's just so that your dirt doesn't stay too wet. And I already pre-mixed these because I was trying not to make a mess, but I already did that. And I could do a video on just my dirt mixture so you guys can see, the ratio that I'm using. And then this, I'm trying to make sure all the roots are down, packed at the bottom, and then I'm filling it back up. And then with snake plants, they probably only needed water once a month, depending on, how much sun it's getting. So I see these a lot in restaurants where they've just got them in the dark, like above your booth and things like that. And they do thrive, they do fine, but I'm going to put mine in a low light condition, and I think I'm going to be watering it at least twice a month, I think. And we'll see how that goes. If it doesn't like it, then I'll just be doing it once a month. And then with my dirt mixture, I boil it before I put my plants in it, but I make sure it's cooled down before I put the plant inside the pot. But that way it kills off bacteria and fungus, gnats, and any other type of pests that may be in the dirt. And it seems to work out great. I haven't had any problems with fungus gnats since I've been doing this. I used to have fungus gnats like crazy until I started doing this. And I know some people do like the little mosquito pellets. They put that in their pots, or they can use like the little sticky traps. But I prefer to do this way because it's just easier. Just to start out with like a clean base. Again, taking off all that old dirt. This one might still have a little bit of dirt left on it, but that's okay. I just like to get the most of it off. And I could separate it again right now, but I wanted to keep these 2 together because they were a little bit smaller. And I don't know the variety of snake plant this is. On the container, it just had their like scientific name of a snake plant. But snake plants are very low maintenance, great for beginners, gardeners, great for beginners who want to have a house plant that doesn't take much care. And I love the tones of this plant where it looks white and green. So this one's a peace lily. This one is a little bit high maintenance, very dramatic plant, but it's very pretty. I know some people don't like peace lilies because they remind them of funerals and things like that, but I think they are so pretty and I love them. I have a giant one in my living room. This one's in my office, and this one's just a smaller one. I got both of these for $6 a piece, which I thought was a good deal, and from a good garden center and not like a big box store. And this one is root bound again, but I feel like most peace lilies like to be kind of kept root bound, but not like extreme. They like to be kind of tight. And again, I'm taking off most of this dirt, gentle, so I'm not ripping the roots as much as possible, so they aren't like shocked when I put them in the new pot. My roots are nice and healthy. I was very happy with these plants. And whenever I'm going to the plant store and I'm looking for a plant, I like to look at the underside of the leaves to make sure there's no pests, to make sure there's no fungus or powdery mildew. And then I like to make sure there's very little damage to the leaves, and then no yellow leaves. If there are yellow leaves, you can just pick those off. But I like to start out with a good, healthy plant. Now, I am putting this in a terracotta pot, and terracotta pots will absorb the water. So it probably wasn't the best idea for a peace lily, so I will have to repot this one. It's just the pot that I had. Because peace lilies will droop all the way completely down whenever they're thirsty, or if they're too stressed out, they will just wilt, like the whole thing, just wilt it down to the bottom. I will be doing another video on that, just solely peace lily care. And then I would like to get another peace lily and put that in a water jar, or like a jar full of water, and have it grow in there, because I've seen some people do that. And I want to see how that one grows and performs compared to one in a pot. And then the peace lily, this one has about 6 flowers on it. And then once those are done blooming, you can just cut those off. And they're only going to bloom once a year. They're not going to keep reblooming like an annual. And then this is the vermiculite that I use. I use this for every single thing, like in almost all my videos. That's the perlite, which is almost empty. And that one's really dusty, so I don't like to open that bag. And it's just the white. And then the peat moss. I've shown that in a video before. And that is the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.